Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the veil of death? A question that has lingered in the minds of humans since time immemorial. Welcome, dear listeners, to a world shrouded in mystery. A world where the ethereal coexists with the corporeal. A world of spirits and ghosts, of unexplained phenomena and tales that send shivers down your spine. In the heart of this spectral universe, there lies a place, an eerie location that is whispered about in hushed tones, a place that is the epicenter of our story today. This is a location that has seen the passage of time and bears the imprint of countless souls, a haunted haven that has been a silent witness to a myriad of untold stories. But remember, we tread lightly here, for the shadows hold secrets we can only begin to fathom. Tonight we delve into a tale that blurs the line between the living and the dead. Our story begins in a town where whispers of a haunted house send chills down the spine. Nestled at the edge of this quiet town stands a decrepit old mansion, its gnarled silhouette brooding against the twilight sky. Its once grand facade now wears a heavy cloak of neglect. The shutters hang crooked, the paint peels, and the garden is overgrown with brambles and thorns. A palpable sense of unease hangs in the air around it, like a specter unwilling to rest. This is the haunted house, a place that has been the epicenter of countless eerie tales and spine-tingling legends. Its history? A tale as old as time, steeped in mystery and shrouded in an enigma. The house, once a symbol of affluence and power, is now nothing more than a hollow echo of its past, filled with whispers of untimely deaths, unexplained disappearances, and chilling occurrences that defy logic. Over the years, many have dared to venture into this house, only to return with tales of cold spots, moving shadows, and disembodied voices that linger in the silence. But tonight, it's not just another tale. Tonight, we meet three brave or perhaps foolhardy souls who dare to pierce the veil of fear that surrounds this house. First, there's Jack, a hardened skeptic who scoffs at the supernatural. Then we have Sarah, a thrill seeker, always on the hunt for her next adrenaline rush. And lastly, there's Emma, a paranormal investigator seeking answers from the world beyond. Their reasons for entering this house are as varied as they are, but they share one common thread, a burning curiosity that outweighs their fear. They stand before the towering edifice, the wind whispering ominous warnings through the skeletal branches of the trees. The moon casts long, eerie shadows that seem to dance and twirl around them, as if taunting their courage. And so, with hearts pounding and minds filled with dread, they stepped into the house. Inside the house, the air was thick with an uncanny silence. As our characters ventured deeper into the house, they were enveloped by a chilling stillness. It was the kind of silence that seems to hum in your ears, the kind that makes the back of your neck prickle with unease. The rooms were shrouded in shadows, the light from their flashlights barely piercing the gloom. They began to notice strange occurrences. Ordinary sounds were amplified in the oppressive quiet. The creak of a floorboard echoed like a gunshot. The rustle of a curtain stirred by an unseen draft seemed like a whispered secret. The house was speaking to them in a language of unease and dread. Cold spots began to appear, pockets of air that felt as if they were sucked of all warmth. They would walk into a room and be met with a coldness that seemed to seep into their bones. It wasn't the chill of a drafty old house, but something more sinister, an unnatural cold that made their breath mist in the air. Objects began to move inexplicably. A chair would shift position when no one was near. A door would swing shut of its own accord. They would leave a room, only to return and find things not as they left them. The feeling of being watched grew more intense, as if unseen eyes were following their every move. The fear was palpable, a tangible presence that hung heavy in the air. It was not just a house they had entered, but a realm where the normal rules of reality seemed to be suspended. A place where the living and the dead seemed to coexist in a disturbing harmony, yet they couldn't shake off the feeling that something was with them, something unseen, unheard, yet unmistakably there. They could feel it in the chill that ran down their spines, in the goosebumps that prickled their skin, in the dread that knotted their stomachs. They soon realized that they were not alone. As the night grew darker, so did their fears. As the clock struck midnight, the house creaked and moaned under the weight of its age and the secrets it held. The characters, huddled together in the dimly lit room, felt an icy chill creep into their bones. This was no ordinary chill of the night. but a penetrating cold that seemed to seep into their very souls. Suddenly, a low guttural growl echoed through the house, a sound that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The characters froze, their hearts pounding, their breaths held in a vice grip of terror. Then, from the shadows it emerged, the ghost. It was a horrifying sight to behold, a figure shrouded in a spectral glow. Its eyes were hollow pits of darkness within its gaunt, skeletal face. The room filled with an oppressive, suffocating dread that seemed to squeeze the air from their lungs. The ghost moved, its movements eerily fluid, as if it was gliding on an unseen current. It raised a hand, the skin translucent, revealing the ghostly white bones beneath. Its voice was a raspy whisper, as cold as the grave, that echoed around the room. Every word it spoke seemed to hang heavy in the air, each syllable a chilling reminder of the spectral presence that had invaded their sanctuary. The characters could only watch in terrified silence as the ghost moved closer. They could see the spectral wisps of its hair, the hollow emptiness of its gaze, and the ghostly pallor of its skin. They were trapped, paralyzed by fear. The ghost reached out, its hand passing through them, leaving them shivering not just from the cold, but from the raw, primal fear that took hold of their hearts. And then it was over. The ghost receded back into the shadows, leaving only the lingering feeling of terror and the chilling echo of its voice. The characters were left shaken, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. They were face to face with the entity that haunted the house. In the face of true terror, they found their courage. With their hearts pounding like war drums, they decided to confront the spectral presence. They ventured into the heart of the haunted house, where the air was heavy with an eerie stillness, a silence that whispered of untold secrets. They assembled in the room that was the epicenter of the paranormal activity, a place where the chill of fear was as tangible as the rusted iron keys hanging on the wall, keys to rooms long forgotten. They decided to try the age-old method of communication with the afterlife, a seance. The circle was formed, the candles lit, their hands clasped together, forming a human chain of hope and trepidation. As they began, the temperature seemed to plummet. The flickering candle flames danced wildly, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. The room filled with an electric tension like the calm before a storm. Their voices echoed through the room, a chorus of pleas and questions aimed at the spectral entity. "Why are you here? What do you want?" The response was nothing short of chilling. A gust of wind whistled through the room, extinguishing the candles. In the pitch darkness, a voice resonated, a voice that was neither male nor female, neither young nor old. It spoke in a language they couldn't understand, its words a cryptic puzzle. When the lights returned, they were left in stunned silence. The ghost had spoken, but what did it say? Was it a cry for help, a warning, or just an echo of a life once lived? The words hung in the air, a spectral riddle with no apparent solution. The seance left them with more questions than answers. It was a mystery that seemed destined to remain unresolved. They had reached out to the other side, yet the ghost's message was shrouded in ambiguity, leaving them with a sense of unease and intrigue. But the question remains, what was the ghost trying to tell them? The enigma of the haunted house and its spectral occupant continues to tease the imaginations of those brave enough to delve into its chilling tale. The unresolved mystery remains, a ghostly whisper in the dark waiting to be understood. As dawn broke, they left the house, carrying with them a tale of terror. The haunting experience had etched an indelible mark on their souls, a chilling reminder of the unexplainable mystery they had encountered. Their hearts pounded in their chests, echoing the eerie silence of the haunted house. They had dared to cross the threshold of the unknown, tangling with a presence from beyond our realm. Their encounter raises age-old questions. What is the nature of ghosts? Are they echoes of the past, or entities trapped between life and afterlife? Such questions remain unanswered, shrouded in the veil of the supernatural. This chilling tale serves as a stark reminder that there are forces beyond our understanding, realms that remain unexplored, and mysteries that are yet to be unraveled. But as they looked back one last time, they saw a figure in the window, watching. Was it really over, or had it just begun?